Hello and welcome to another 3-minute devotional. We're continuing the series on the fruits of the Spirit, and today I'm talking about self-control. Now, when I think of self-control, the first things that run through my mind is usually a lack of self-control. Stuff like eating too much candy or watching too much Netflix, especially now that we're all home. Sometimes it's looking at that last slice of pizza and thinking, I really don't want to waste a bag on you, so I should eat you. Usually, those are the kinds of things that I think about when I start thinking about self-control. But today I want to go a little bit deeper. I actually think there's some core aspects of self-control that manifest themselves in our life in a totally different way. Today, I actually want to talk about self-control in relation to responding or reacting to a given situation. When I was in high school, I drove my car to school almost every day. I loved it. It was an awesome, fast little car. And I usually picked up a lot of friends in that thing. I had friends with me every day that I drove to school and I drove them home. And it was awesome. High school was a lot of fun. And on this one particular snowy day, emphasis on snowy, I had just picked up my friend and we were on our way to school. And I was about to take a right-hand turn when the car started sliding toward the ditch. And in that moment, I thought, man, I need to hit the brakes or I'm going to go in the ditch. And then I paused and I thought for a second, I got to go down and maybe if I gun it, I'll pop back up on the other side. So instead of reacting and keeping my foot on the brake, I put the pedal to the metal. My friends started screaming and the car went flying through that ditch. And we made it to the other side. See, in that moment, me responding to the situation made it to where we made it to the other side instead of reacting, which would have left us in the ditch. You see, when we operate out of self-control, we have the opportunity to respond to the things that happen to us instead of react. When we react out of emotion, we react out of fear, we react out of the things that are happening around us in that moment, and we have no control. That's why it's called a knee-jerk reaction, because you have no control when the doctor hits your knee just kind of pops out. But we operate in the fruit of self-control when we take a moment and we assess what's happening around us, when we ask God what He's doing in that moment, and then we respond to what's happening. Now, I heard it said like this once: true self-control is not about bringing ourselves under our own control, but under the power of Christ. You see, the fruit of the Spirit of self-control is not about us controlling ourselves, saying, no, don't do that, or no, don't do this thing. It's actually living in the reality of who God is in every moment, in every situation, which allows us to respond instead of react. In 2 Timothy 1:7, it says this: God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of a spirit of power, of love, and self-control. See, when we rely on God, when we rely on the Holy Spirit, which is really the only way to live a life of the fruit of self-control, when we do that, we live in a way that we can respond to what's happening instead of react. And when we respond to what's happening around us, it actually gives God glory. Because then we're not reacting out of emotion, we're not reacting out of fear, we are reacting in the power of God. Thanks for joining me today on this 3-minute devotional. Until next time, be blessed.